Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your weekly reading. How are you, my Earth cousins? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm a Taurus sun, so you are my Earth cousin. Capricorn, I'm here to do a weekly reading. So whether this resonates with you today, tomorrow, next year, or whenever it is, and don't be expecting that it's right around the corner because it's not for everybody. This is a general reading. And so that also means that there are things in the archives that possibly may not have resonated with you at the time that may resonate with you now. So let's find out what's going on for you. Capricorn, if you've been here before and you are my ride or die, thank you so much for all the ways that you've been loving me this year. Thank you so much for all the clicks, the views, the kind comments, the loving emails. Thank you so much for all the ways that you have supported me this year. Thank you for hyping my videos. Thank you for your thumbs up and your subscriptions. I appreciate you. And thank you to those of you who have just arrived and have decided to stay. Thank you so much for staying and hanging out with us. Let's find out what is going on with Capricorn. Oh, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to get a private read, also about extendeds if you're interested in that. Let's find out what's going on with Capricorn. We've got motivation. What have you got motivation for? It says here, never give up. So I feel like you've dug deep somewhere and that you have the motivation to take it through to the end, I'm going to say. So we're getting close, right? We're just a couple of weeks away from the end of the year until we can wipe that slate clean, wipe the whiteboard clean and put in a new plan and begin again. And so I feel like someone here is like, I got this. I'm going to dig deep. Somebody's motivating you or you're motivating yourself. Maybe you do that with motivational phrases. This one says, never give up. Maybe you're a meme person. Maybe I say M-E-M-E, not a mean person. Maybe you're a person who motivates yourself through pictures or through writing, or maybe someone else does that for you. Tell me more about Capricorn. Tell me about what's coming up for Capricorn, please. We've got financial and material changes. Now, there is a 5 here, and 5s are lack. I just will say that. But maybe that you are motivating yourself to make changes in your financial and material wealth. We've got one more deck. We're back into the oracles this week. I hadn't been here for a couple of weeks. Sometimes my brains just don't like it. This week is different, though. Let's find out what else we have here for you, Capricorn. All right. We've got, taking risks. Okay. Well, this is kind of cool. So we've got financial and material changes. I feel like you're motivated to change your financial situation by taking some sort of risk. And so it could be that you're jumping off I always see this eagle as jumping off this mountain in the background. And honestly, this reminds me of Utah. I was, back in the day, I was in Salt Lake City. This reminds me of some of the, I think there's like red sand or something. It reminds me of something that I saw in Utah. You can tell me that if you're from that state. So it looks like you'll be taking a risk. It's in red and yellow colors because it's like the sacral chakra. It's like that's where all of your energy comes from being able to take a risk, being secure within yourself enough to take a risk. And so I feel like somebody here with this red energy here, it also is telling me that it's time for you to take a risk, that you're ready to go. You've got the energy enough to go. We've got relaxation. Look, you could be in this moment of the calm before the storm. So relaxation tells me that maybe you should be just relaxing your way through the rest of 2025, that I feel like you'll be taking some sort of a financial risk, that you're motivated to do that in order to change whatever might be going on in your life financially. Interesting here, we have the crown chakra, right? 7s are about heaven, and so the universe is looking in on you. That's just for me. I'm in that energy of 7s always remind me of heaven or good luck. Although I don't much believe in luck, but the crown chakra is important because the crown chakra is at the top of your head. So I feel like you are getting downloads that might be why it's really important for you to relax, because the full moon that's here is telling me that something is coming to an end. It could be the end of a busy time. And that maybe you're supposed to relax your way into 2025. I'm not saying stop working from now and wait until the new year comes. I'm saying that maybe this new year you're going to spend just ringing it in by yourself, just you, your cat, and your book. You know what I mean? Or you, your dog, and your book. So I feel like you, in this silence or in this calm, in this relaxed state, is where you get your downloads. I think that's why these two are coming up together. And then we have boundaries. It says card number 26 is an 8. This is about the self. I think you have to have better boundaries financially. So although this is taking a risk, and we don't know if this is big or small, we'll pull out the tarot and find out what's going on. But it feels like you have to have some sort of boundaries. It might be boundaries with people. I'm just saying, it could be boundaries with people. Maybe you're supposed to be saying no for a little bit, having boundaries, because card 26 is an 8. Maybe it's time to get yourself in order. Maybe you're thinking about self-mastery. Maybe you're just thinking about going over the details of what happened throughout this year and what you want to do differently going into the new year. Let's talk more about you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about this motivation. Card 24 is a 6. You could be motivated to give, I'm going to say, because card 24 is reciprocal energy. You could be motivated to share your wealth, to give to people who don't have as much as you. Tell me more. We have the 10 of Cups. So you're motivated. Your motivation is happiness. Your motivation is joy or family. So it feels like that you are never going to give up on being happy or finding your absolute apex of happiness. There's a reason I call this channel 10 of Cups Tarot. And that's because I am trying to encourage you to find your apex of happiness. The apex is the top of the mountain, the very peak, right? So I'm always trying to motivate you to move forward and motivation phrases, right? To move forward, to find whatever it is that makes you happy. Happiness is different for everybody. For some, that's family. For some, their joy is in finding their person. For some, joy is in being financially stable. It's different for everybody. Tell me about this financial and material changes. We've got the 8 of Swords in the reverse, and I kind of like that because look, next door is taking risks. I feel like you are finding a way out of some material lack. That's what it feels like. Something's coming in for you. It's going to require you, though, to take a risk that you may not take. And risks are hard for you, Capricorn, because you like things to be planned. You like to have a plan in place. You're not necessarily going to do something in the drop of a dime or something that's not particularly planned that you haven't gone over. So I feel like with this 8 of Swords in the reverse, it feels like you start looking at something from a different point of view and saying, oh, maybe it is time that I did a little something. Look, maybe you're putting $100 into the stock market. I don't know what it is, but it feels like you come out of this place of being stuck in your head about what am I going to do about my financial situation? And I think that the financial material changes, although 5 tells me maybe in lack right now, I feel like taking a risk may pay off. I'm not telling you to take a risk. I'm saying for those of you who have already been eyeing this risk at a distance, whatever it may be for you, that I think that I'm saying I think that you're about to take a risk. And if you are, make sure you get into this relaxed state. Maybe this person's reading a book. Maybe you need to do more research. I'm just saying. But tells me that you're getting some sort of a download or information from the universe that's going to help you with taking this risk. Oh my gosh. Look at that. The 10 of Pentacles just came out. It's going to pay off. I feel like it's going to pay off. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and jump off a mountain. I'm not telling you to build a pair of wings and pretend you can fly. I'm saying that if you have been eyeing a risk in the distance that you're not really sure whether you should take or not, whether that be financial or maybe a piece of land or maybe a relationship, because 10 Pentacles is something that is going to last into the future. It could be long lasting. It could be family. It could be relationship. Anything to do with Pentacles. Money, health, time, effort, energy. It feels like somebody here is going to take a risk that is going to pay off. So it could pay off in money. It could pay off in a lot of energy or something that is yours for a really long time going forward. Legacy. It's going to build a legacy. Tell me about the 10 of Cups and motivation. Your motivation is happiness. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Look, I feel like there is somebody here who's at the beginning of something. I'm going to say when the Two of Pentacles shows up, it's not the 10. The Two of Pentacles is where you have just enough to make ends meet, and sometimes barely enough to make ends meet. But now I feel like that you have decided to be more stable in your happiness. So I'm going to say that your motivation is not necessarily to be rich, but your motivation is to be happy. And that doesn't mean that that does not lead to being rich. I'm just saying, when you do something over and over and over again, and you decide that you're doing it because you love it, sometimes the byproduct of you doing whatever it is that you love that makes you happy is that you become wealthy. Sometimes that is the byproduct, not 100% of the time, but sometimes the risk does pay off. We've got the Three of Swords here. Yeah, it does feel like somebody's been having a hard time financially. I'm just going to say the Two of Pentacles is here, but when it's in the reverse, it's like I'm finally starting to see a little bit of stability. So you might have enough to make ends meet. You might have enough for your needs, but it feels like somebody here is thinking, what else can I do to bring me out of the Two of Pentacles and push me toward the 10? It feels like you have had financial hardships in the past, but I feel like you've kept your chin up. You've kept motivated. You've kept happy. I feel like you're a person who doesn't get upset or angry. You just get a better plan. That's what it feels like. The Five of Pentacles is here. So we've got 5 and 5. When we have 2 5s, more than one 5 in a reading for me is something that is about to change quickly. The Five of Pentacles is about lack, though. It is about lack. It's about being maybe feeling like faltering a little bit. I'm going to say that, when everybody learns to ski, they're going to fall down. And I feel like you're learning to ski. It feels like your finances are something that you have been trying to build. Or it could be your health, could be time, effort, energy, motivation. But it feels like you have been in lack with that. But I feel like this Eight of Swords is giving me this little light bulb at the top of your head that I think you've come out of this place where you're no longer feeling in lack. And sometimes that's the first step, right? Because poverty is a hard thing. But understand that poverty is less about money and more about mindset. When you check the mindset and you think things are going to get better, you begin to call in a lot easier things. You begin to call in better things. So I think, truthfully, that the reason that the Ten of Pentacles is here is because no matter what goes on with you in your life, you stay in the Ten of Cups. That you still are motivated, you're happy, you're still giving people reciprocal energy, regardless of how hard it's been for you. Five of Pentacles and Three of Swords is hard. It's been hard for you. We've got the Four of Swords. Well, there we go. Whatever idea you come up with here, it feels like it is going to heal your finances. It says financial and material changes. And with the Four of Swords here, that's healing. Healing something that's been unwell, not been well at all, something that's been sort of, this way and that way, not really been very stable. We've got the Queen of Wands. Well, it feels like you step into your Queen of Wands energy, whether you're the man or the woman, the feminine or the masculine. I feel like you're about to make a bold move. Look at this. Taking the risk is here. It feels like it's like, once I get my footing, once I feel a little better, once I get a little bit of extra in the bank, I'm about to make a bold move. That's what it feels like here. Look, the Queen of Wands is going to go for it. She doesn't care if you see her fall on her nose. She has walked through the fire before. This is somebody who is resilient and doesn't really care if people see them fall down or not. Oh, look at this. The Moon energy is in the reverse. Something is about to be revealed to you. I like that. Yep, I like it. And it does feel like what is going to be revealed to you is that it's time to make a bold move of some sort. It's time to make a move that everybody is going to think that you're out of your damn mind, Capricorn. Because you're the one that's usually grounded and prepared and planned. And I feel like, although this is your plan, I feel your plan is, once you get out of your head to heal the finances, you have to make a bold move. I feel that's your plan. But everyone else is going to see you as taking a risk. Taking a risk because the Queen of Wands is here. Something here is about to be revealed to you in terms of your financial changes here. Let's talk about the Ten of Pentacles, though, and taking a risk, because I think your risk is about to pay off here. We've got, oh my, look at that, the Fool. Tell you what, these cards are talking to me today. They are, for sure. Very cool. So the Fool, right? That is the exhilarating feeling of standing on the edge, looking down, knowing that it could be really tough if you fall, if you don't have the right equipment, right? If you don't have the right equipment, falling down the hill can be really scary. She's sort of looking over the edge, like, is that really where I want to go? It feels like you are going to be taking a risk, but understand that the Fool is only nervous because it's something they've never done before. And it's exciting and it's exhilarating. And I'm pretty sure that I could make it work as long as I am flexible and resilient, like the Queen of Wands. We've got, oh, the Sun is here. I really love this reading for you. And then the Hierophant is here. Look, you're going to be fine. The Hierophant is the one who, you know, that's that's your energy of, I've got structure. I'm the leader. I'm listening to my higher self. The Sun is here, and the Sun is shining on the Hierophant and the Fool. Look, you see everything. I'm going to say that you know what's at risk here. You've weighed it, you've measured it, you've looked at it, and you are ready to take the risk because you know that the Hierophant is here. Because that is structure, that's corporation, that's standing on business. It's pretty solid energy. So I don't think that you're taking a risk that is going to plummet you to anywhere that you can't recover from. I feel like the Sun being here tells me that this is a breakthrough. This is the Sun that is shining on everything. There isn't anything that you haven't thought of. There isn't anything you can't see. And I feel that although the Fool is here, you are taking an exhilarating leap, but you are doing it in a very solid, sturdy, grounded way. So I don't think that you are risking a whole lot, is what I'm saying. I feel like that whatever is going on here, that it is a risk. And the only risk, I think, is that it may not work out, but I don't think it hurts you physically. I don't think it hurts you financially. But what I'm saying here is because the Sun is here with the Fool and the Hierophant, it works out. It's going to pay off. So whatever this is for you, and it's going to be different for all of you. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be I'm taking the test. I'm taking the bar. It could be something that you're really putting yourself on the line for. So it isn't detrimental to your life, but it feels like a risk. We're going to put down 3 more cards. We're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to pull this apart. We've still got more information that you need to have from here. So if you're interested in coming into the extended, please look at the top of the comment section. There is one pinned comment under every video that I upload, and if you click on that and click on more, you will see a list that'll pop out. If you want to go to the extended to take part in the extended videos, they all go into the membership area, and in the membership area you will get a minimum of 4 extendeds every month. And if you are interested in only purchasing this one outright, you can do that by clicking on the link that is in the pinned comment if you're not interested in the membership area. If you're interested in a private read, I am doing those, and this would be the best time to book because I'm actually caught up for like the first time in months. So I'm actually caught up. My readings that are pre-recorded begin at $25 and they go up from there. The $25 reads are a 48-hour turnaround, and it goes longer, and there are bigger packages from there. Please go take a look. Take the link to Hypsee, and you will see all of that stuff there. I also do live readings, by the way, and the live readings anywhere between 5 and 75% off of those if you want to speak to me in chat, if you want to speak to me face-to-face or over the phone, and we can definitely do that. My schedule for those will be a little bit limited in the last couple of weeks of December until we get into the new year, and then I'll open up the schedule again. Let's put down some cards and find out what we're talking about in the extended besides all of this, which I believe is needing some clarity as well. Tell me about Capricorn. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6. I feel like your motivation might be somebody who is older than you or someone who is younger than you. So there could be an age difference here, but it feels like somebody is giving you money. You can see she's got a pentacle in her hand. Money, effort, time, energy, or reciprocal energy. Somebody here is possibly going to stand up to say, hey, yeah, I can help you with that thing. We've got the 4 of Cups. In order to be able to get this 10 of Pentacles, Capricorn, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And I feel like you do have friends, family, people around you that belong to the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles that are willing to help you, like willing to put their foot on your butt and push you out of your comfort zone here. We do have the World card. Wow. something here is coming to an achievement or a milestone. Look, there's nothing wrong going on here. I feel like something really exciting is happening, and I feel for you it's going to happen probably in the new year. The World card could mean that something is closing, and the chapter that is closing is a chapter of staying in your comfort zone, and because the place where you're most comfortable is when where you are planned, but some sort of financial thing is being revealed to you because you're taking some sort of a big risk. Maybe a little risk, but it feels like the bold move is big. It feels like a big, bold move that nobody expects of you. We're going to go into the extended. Ooh, look at that. It could be something about romance. Could be a choice, but it could be romance. The Lovers is here. Oh, there's your energy. The Queen of Pentacles is, in fact, Capricorn. Somebody, oh God, okay. The Two of Cups. It could be romantic. We're going to talk about that. Oh, and then the Page of Cups. So something exciting and surprising is going to be showing up. We're going to go into the extended. I'll see you there if that's where you end up. And if you don't, if this is where we part, that's cool. Because I'll be back. Because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'm out for now. Bye-bye.